If you've ever flown on an airplane, you've heard the spiel from the flight attendant stating that in the event of an emergency, you must put your own oxygen mask on before helping those around you. Our instincts tell us to make sure our children, our family, and our neighbors are safe before we consider our own well-being. My name is Tom Miller. I serve as pastor of a unique and committed group of people who form a local church we call Central Assembly in the great port city of Superior, Wisconsin. This is Fuel for the Fire, volume 708. It's called Out of the Overflow. This impulse to help others first is precisely why the flight attendant tells us specifically to put on our oxygen mask first. The reality is, if you don't, you'll not be able to help your children or anyone else. It brings to light a spiritual principle which states, we minister out of the overflow. Our own health and well-being often come as an afterthought. Moms run the home, many work outside the home, and they care for their family too. That load is often too much. The result is they suffer physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It eventually takes a toll on even the best marriage. It affects their performance on the job and impairs their parenting skills too. Husbands work overtime, maintain the house, and help care for their family. If his own health is neglected, he pays a price on all those same fronts. Sometimes we give so much, it costs everyone in the end. We must budget our time and energy in the same way we're taught to budget money. In reality, it's a spending plan, and that's exactly what we need as we dole out our physical and emotional resources. A healthy person ministers out of the overflow of their life. Many reading or hearing this desperately need to take the time to fill their own reservoir so they can continue to minister in the way God has called them to. Many lack adequate one-on-one time with God. Many don't take the time to do something fun, which can actually energize them. And many fail to constructively use their creative juices, which tends to replenish rather than drain. In our fast-paced world, the demands are many. There's always something pressing, beckoning for us to respond. It may be a tiny hand tugging on our pant leg or another deadline at work. But we must remember how detrimental it is to sacrifice the important on the altar of the urgent. You're not being noble running yourself into the ground for your family, your company, or even your church. You're being foolish. We must take care of ourselves first. We must put our own oxygen mask on first. Then we're in a position to help others. Ministry comes out of the overflow. That's the way I see it. And that's a little fuel for the fire. And remember, I love you guys.